Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. NFTs are all the rage. We've seen that NFTs aren't dying. So I'm here to tell you about 5 major NFTs. I know there are many others and small ones coming up, but 5 major NFTs that I think could be really big. These 5 I think are in the lead in the NFT market. They somewhat occupy different niches. Well, at least some of them do. And yeah, and I think there's still a lot of profit to be made in NFTs. Yes, I do think eventually NFT type will die down, but NFTs really do represent a lot of value. So let's actually take a look right now. The first one is the one that everyone knows, Rari, which is Raribles. Now, Raribles, if you actually look at the circulating supply, 855,000. That's why the market cap is so slow. It seems like it has a lot of room to grow. But if you look at the total supply, is 25 million. That means less than 4% of the supply is actually being released. I'm still kind of concerned how 25 million will actually affect the price once they release more of it. However, even at 25 million, they'd still be under $1 billion market cap. So being like, I think the top NFT thing right now, the one that most people create NFTs on, Lindsay Lohan used to create on Rarible before, like, Justin Sun kind of like basically bought her loyalties with Tron. Based on that, I think Rarible still has a lot of room to grow. It isn't like that far of a stretch to think the biggest NFT platform project can actually reach $5 to $10 billion market cap, which even if the max supply was released, is a substantial growth. Now, Raribles is plagued by the fact that it is on Ethereum, and it does cost a lot of money to mint NFTs. But that could be why some NFTs on Ethereum are actually worth more, because it costs more to mint them. But that is Rarible, and that's definitely one you should look at in terms of NFTs. The second one we've talked about before, I made a video on it, it's Omi. Omi is Ecomi, and they actually have licensed NFTs. It's not a platform where everyone can create their own NFTs, but they have actual licensed NFTs. Yes, they have actual licensed NFTs. From big brand names. DC is a very noticeable one. They do actually have the license for Batman. So that makes me think, and I'm pretty sure they have licenses for all the other stuff they have licenses for, and those can actually sell for a lot of money. Do not be scared by their 750 billion supply. That seems very large, but note that every time someone buys a NFT, an equivalent value is burnt on the token. So like, if you buy a Batman NFT for $3,000, that means $3,000 worth of Omi is burned, and that right now, that is a lot of Omi, so that should burn fairly fast at first until Omi gets to a pretty good price, and until the supply gets like fairly low. So it won't be 750 billion supply for very long, and that's how that ecosystem works. Not saying I agree with that ecosystem, but that's how it works right now. The third one is Enjin, and Enjin is game NFTs. They're basically a platform that provides like the tools and ecosystem for blockchain-based gaming products that could be like in-game collectibles, t-shirts, whatever you could actually imagine. It's basically a social gaming platform, and on that you can actually create NFTs to sell, trade, stuff like that, and that's really, really cool. And it actually does allow people to tokenize in-game items on the Ethereum blockchain, which is actually still a crutch for it right now because Ethereum costs a lot. So it's actually been going pretty well. It's actually been out probably the longest of any of these, and it's achieved a pretty good market cap, but the gaming NFT market is way bigger than $1.9 billion, so I can see this going higher as well. So that is a lowdown on Enjin. The next one is Terra Virtua, or TVK. So Terra Virtua Collect is a cross-platform, non-fungible token ecosystem that offers a curated marketplace for NFTs creators and collectors to collect. It is the most like Raribles, and I think it'll be like the competitor Raribles. It's got a lot of catching up to do because Raribles has a lot of people on it. But if it's cross-platform, then it has a big advantage on Raribles because Raribles is stuck on Ethereum and with the high fees. Whereas Terra Virtua Collect, if it's cross-platform, people could use the other platforms and avoid the Ethereum fees. So that is Terra Virtua Collect. I think it will be competition to Raribles. But they've raised a lot of money, and hopefully they can actually make something happen. It is one that you need to keep track of. Right now the market cap is 167 million, and it's only number 269. I mean, like, if it's successful, it can go to several billion. So there's a lot of ROI potential in Terra Virtua as well. The last one I'm going to talk about is Dapper Labs Flow. Now, this is the one with NBA Top Shots, so they have a very popular product. Those Top Shots cards probably auction for a lot of money. I don't really play Top Shots, so I don't know. This is the one with the highest market cap of almost $1 billion. But with the NBA license and maybe with some other sports licenses, they can be much higher than $1 billion. The other thing with Flow is that the circulating supply is only about 2% out. So I would be careful of that because the max supply is over 1 billion. If you release the entire max supply, you'd have something like 30 billion market cap, which isn't like amazingly high, especially in a bull run. But you know, like I think like this one might be more safe because they have a very popular product called NBA Top Shots, licensed by the NBA, which is huge. But it also might have the least upside. It still has a lot of upside, don't get me wrong, but out of the other five, it has the least upside because it has the biggest current market cap and because only 2% of the circulating supply is out. But it's still one you should look at because of the licenses they actually have, and they probably have others in sports. And remember, the creator of this is also the creator of the creator of CryptoKitties, which actually became huge and boomed. So that could actually happen in this bull run as well. So Flow is number 5. So those are the 5 that you should actually take a look at just for starters on NFT. There are other smaller ones. If you're really into the super high ROI, you're probably gonna have to dive into those. But let's just get started on NFT with the 5 major ones, and that's just kind of a lowdown. Check them out. You might want to buy an index of them or buy like 20% of each one or whatever your trading strategy is. So if you want to get NFTs, you probably want to buy at least one of these 5. So once again, they are Rari, which is Rarible, Omi, which is Ecomi, Enjin, which is Enjin, TVK, which is Terra Virtua Collect, and Flow, which is Dapper Labs and NBA Top Shot. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.